Oh my God.
Welcome, everybody, to the second annual North American Film Critic Association nomination show. I am Ricky Valero, one of the co-founders of the organization. Today, we are going to talk about our nominees for our second year. I'm very, very excited. Just a follow-up reminder that on Monday, January 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is what I believe I told everybody. We will be doing the live show where we cast our ballots live. I do love the little caveat, the little twist that we incorporated in this group, that making everybody be put on the spot in front of everybody and share your thoughts on who you think should win in a specific category. I am joined by my other two co-founders here. Amanda, how are you?
I'm doing great. A bit stressed because it was crunch time this morning, but I'm so excited for this.
I am too. Mr. Matthew Fox, how are you?
You know, I've been working on my plan for how to cut down the stress of picking, so I'm just going to flip a coin this year. I'll just do the live coin.
Ooh, that would be fun. We could do a spinner too type of thing. That would work.
We'll have one of those things, all 5 categories, and whatever one lands on, boom, that's the winner. You know what I mean?
That's how we're doing it.
I love it. I love it a lot, actually. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We are going to, if you've been following along on Twitter, we have been announcing some of the nominees for the awards. That's NA Film Critic. We are dropping some of the award nominees right now as we speak. I'm going to do it as we are going through this as well, because, you know, but what we're going to do on the show today is we're going to go above the top 6 categories, which is Best Picture. We're going to go Best Director, and of course, all 4 lead or 4 acting categories. But before we do, we've got a couple of the members of the North American Film Critic Association here with us. First up, we have Don. How are you today, bud?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Ricky. This is fun.
Yeah, so I didn't tell you what I was going to do, but I'm going to put you on the spot real quick.
All right.
Give me a film that you thought you would hate, but you liked in 2022.
Easy answer, Blonde. I didn't think Blonde would live up to the book or answer the hype, but for me, it did. I know it's got its problematic places, but me seeing the forest through the trees and the art through the mess, Blonde was the one for me.
Love it. I love it. All right. Also joining us today first of all, welcome, Don. This is your first year obviously partaking in this. I don't know why I didn't name that. Yes. Thank you for joining us. Was it your 43rd birthday? Is that what that is?
I was 43 this past year in August. Yeah. So that's kind of the pile
Happy
of things
belated.
down here.
How is the balloon still like, when's your birthday?
August.
And
Those
the balloons
things-
are still alive.
They don't
They're
deflate.
they're not helium. They're just tacked on the wall up there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my basement, and it's got FYC swag on the couch, stuffed animals from the kids. It's a mess down here. Yeah.
Oh.
He said stuffed animal for the kids.
It looks nice on camera, though, right? Like, hey, what's up, little man?
He said for the kids. I mean, that's where, you know. But, no, thank you for joining us, Don. Coming back for the second year with the group, Gabe, how are you today, bud?
Hey, I'm great. Thanks for having me. Really excited about this. I'm really looking forward to hearing what everybody liked.
Yeah, is there a film that you thought you would like that you ended up hating from 2022? I'm going to change up the question for everyone.
I'm very happy you did, because I was going to ask you to do it. I really disliked the Batman.
Ooh, man.
Oh, this was fun. I had to hear him rant the whole time.
This coming after we got a nice
takes. I don't even know
earlier.
what to say. We have a comment here. Look at this. Hoping to see R in Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Song, more nominations.
Yes,
Happy to see the
please.
special effects.
Yes. Hell yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. And you know what? I love having Gabe on any. I feel like I'm always the guy that everybody stares at. Like, what? Such crazy takes.
He
and
gives
Gabe
you a
comes
run
on,
for
it makes
his
me
money.
feel good about myself. So
Yeah, he's the best.
I really, really love it. Also joining us in his second year, Mr. Jacob, how are you? Well,
I've been better, but I'm here and I'm ready
Aw.
to start vote.
Oh,
I
I'm sending good vibes.
currently COVID positive, so
No.
I should be on the downswing of it.
First swing on COVID,
Well-
or
This is my first time having it. Yeah.
you
Oh
did
my
good
God.
getting this far. Nice work.
I think you hopefully
it's
mean
crazy
the
that you
upswing.
have to you openly congratulate somebody for lasting.
I'm
Yeah.
a school teacher, so we're covered in it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I get it. All right, Jacob, give me a performance in a film that you liked that you didn't like the overall film.
Ooh.
I like how all of us
I
have
will
an
say-
answer and Jacob does. Yeah, like,
We all were like, "Oh man!"
it's like the Hollywood Squares, like locking in. We put our little thing in the box,
I-
like ding.
I thought I didn't overall like Babylon, but I did think Diego Calva was phenomenal.
yeah.
Nice pick.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
that. Oh, Babylon Slayer. Oh, my heart hurts already. All right. Let's move. Right.
Could be worse. Could be a Batman Slayer.
Could be worse. Could be a blonde lover.
I thought about
I know,
Austin
I'm
Butler, but I like
I deserve
that.
I don't know. We're like
we're gonna be a fun group.
hot takes coming in strong. You know.
Just wait till Monday.
So
Exactly.
stressed. No.
All right. Speaking of somebody that's got some steaming hot takes, what's up, Colby? How are you, bud?
Oh,
Yo, what up? It's your boy Kobe Mack, and I'm back. Yeah.
How are you, buddy?
Just so energetic.
He's always amped. I don't really.
I love
it's a
it.
machine because he's not really here.
He's really not. You have.
So you
there's
recorded
no
all
proof
this.
that Colby's
Nah.
here. We just have his little
None.
picture circled there.
He's like asleep on his bed and he's just pushing a button that says all this
Right,
stuff.
right. Like I
Oh,
queued this
this
up
is-
this morning.
This is all AI, bro.
It's Megan 2.0.
Yes.
Mm.
All right, Colby. The question to you is: what was the worst film of 2022?
Ooh,
Be nice. Be nice.
here it comes.
You know what? I haven't put too much thought about it, but at the tip of my tongue, it is Lena Dunham's Sharp Objects.
Sharp stick.
Sharp Stick, even worse.
See, so bad we didn't get the title right. It's all
I
good.
think that's the thing. After watching the movie, I deeply wanted a sharp object in me.
Oh,
Hmm.
What was
Like he
Morbius
says a lot about
this
you,
year?
Colby.
Morbius came out this year.
hey.
Whoa. I can tolerate the Batman slander. I will not tolerate Morbius slander.
Tag team.
Hey, I
God.
like Morbius. I don't really care what anybody says.
God bless.
It is what it is. All right, so our last person joining us today is Allison. How are you today? Look at that. We got a star animal in the background. That's just like perfect.
Yes.
Oh my
This is
God.
This is
Hi.
Aiden. He just sometimes he shows up, sometimes he doesn't. He made an appearance today.
I'm so happy.
I'm gonna tell you right now, he's gonna make better picks than Colby. The cat's in it. Okay. What's the cat say? Oh, that.
roasting.
I don't think Aiden has an opinion. He didn't come to the theater with me this year, so
Oh,
Neither did Colby. So it's okay.
God.
You're good,
Oh,
Colby. You're
boy.
good.
Oh man.
Colby, I think your takes are great. So no
I do
shame.
too.
Yeah.
All right, Allison. See. My favorite thing about your films, or your reviews, sometimes is talking about one category that we created based on your suggestion was best animal performance this year. Who are you hoping to see pop up in that category this year?
Oh yeah. So as soon as I saw her performance in the movie, I knew that was going to be my pick for best animal performance, and that was Jenny from the Banshees of Inisherin. So beautiful, loved her so much. Some people decided not to see the movie because bad things do happen to animals in that movie, but it's worth it because the movie really humanized the animals in that movie. Brendan Gleeson's character also has a dog, and I mean, the dog is precious too, but I went with Jenny for best animal performance.
Yeah, this was, last year I think that we were kind of short-sighted when it came to the category, but this year I was like, well, maybe Jenny's probably going to run away with it, but there was some other votes for some other animals in some films this year that really stood out. I think probably in the long run, Jenny will probably win, you know what I mean, for sure. But what I did love is the vast variety of animal performances that we did have this year. That said, let's see here. I'm going to go around. I'm going to ask the other people in here to pick a category that we're going to talk about that you've seen so far already. You know what I mean? That the nominees have been flooding out on Twitter. Is there a specific nomination that you've enjoyed so far, Jacob?
Specific nomination. I have to say, seeing Violent Night show up in Best Comedy is a lot of fun. I really liked that movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. And with it being so recent, it made me worried that, maybe it won't find its way in. But seeing Violent Night make its way into Best Comedy is more than deserved.
I agree. What about you, Matt?
I like the group we have for Best Blockbuster. Kind of reminds you there was a lot of great blockbuster movies this year.
It was kind of nice this year to really hone in and get back into the theater and see some big movies, larger than lifestyle movies that really kind of knocked it out of the ballpark. Gabe, what about you?
I was happy to see Watcher make it to Hidden Gem. I didn't think enough people had seen that. I thought it was an awesome movie, so I'm very happy to see it there.
As I mentioned a little bit off the air, but that was the one category. We had 30 different films submitted under the Hidden Gem category this year, which obviously for me, like that's, as one of the people that created this thing, one of the biggest things that we wanted to do here was have a wide range of films that were highlighted from our crew here. I love, there's a lot of different, a lot of different taste here, which obviously is a good testament to what we got here. Allison, what about you?
Okay, I'm looking at the categories. Let's see. Have the best actors been posted yet? I don't think so. Okay. So I'm looking at the categories. Okay, so I'm not like a huge visual effects person, so I only nominated one movie. But the movie I nominated did make the cut, so I'm very enthused about that pick. Which, should I say it or just
say it? Yeah, for sure.
Okay. RRR, and I saw. Well, it was a special screening to me. It wasn't necessarily a special screening per se, but I saw it on the 4th of July at the IFC Center, and then as the credits came up, like, don't worry, no animals have been harmed. They're all, it's all VFX and all that. And then, but they were amazing because I've seen some movies where it's like, oh, that bear looks fake or whatever. But this was pretty good. So, and yeah, it served the story.
Colby, what about you?
Oh, it's got to be Best Animated Feature. I love the amount of mixed media that it's growing with inside of animation. Apollo 10.5 is one of the most unique viewing experiences that I felt with inside of an animated feature in a really, really long time. And as a diehard DBZ fan, #GoVegeta, having Dragon Ball Superhero there, while it's not a great movie, I like the fact that it ended up beating out the likes of Lightyear and what is that, Strange World. So it's really
I like
good.
Strange World.
That's cute.
I had fun, okay?
Oh man, I love you guys. Just a quick shout out real quick. There's 3, 6, 8 of us here. Just shout out to Meg, Nadia, and David and Britt, who could not join us today. They'll be joining us on Monday for submitting their picks as well. Amanda, did I ask? I didn't ask you.
No.
She's like, no, you didn't. All right, guys, we're off to a steaming hot start.
I'm joking. I love the best streaming category. I think Fresh was underrated this year. I did not forget that movie when I watched it at Sundance. We were all screaming at 2 a.m., which was wild. Having Glass Onion, obviously, Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, is like in my heart, and I love it so much. And seeing Prey there, I'm just so happy Prey made it. I really am. And like, I voted for Pinocchio multiple times, so I'm just really happy it's there too. So
it was funny, and I'll make this. It's when you see something in a theater you often sometimes forget that it's a streaming movie too. So whenever the nominations start coming in, I was like, man, I feel like an idiot for the 3 picks tonight. I didn't feel like an idiot because I liked my picks, but I was like, oh yeah, that is a streaming movie. It did come out of, I saw it in theaters, but
Yeah.
I think for me so far, my favorite part of this entire nomination process so far is Best Original Score. Reznor and Ross for Bones and All. Overall film is just not getting enough credit in the space that it deserves. I love Bones and All quite a bit. And then, of course, Hildor for Woman Talking. Justin Hurwitz, my birthday buddy. He's for Babylon, which is a brilliant score. Desplat and Pinocchio. Michael for the Batman. I really, really enjoyed all 5 of those scores. So I haven't seen Devotion yet, so I can't make any comments on that.
It's a good score.
But
no. Devotion is a phenomenal score. It slaps so hard. Just listen to it by itself. I forget the young lady's name. She is a young Black composer, and she is phenomenal.
It's a good score.
It was good. Yeah.
Just had it in front of me.
Was it Shonda Daly? I wrote it enough
Dancy.
time.
Dancy.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh my God! It had no
good.
business being that good. Not that the movie's bad, because it really isn't. But that score goes so hard.
I just tweeted out one of my favorite things, and I'm glad it didn't go unnoticed. And we here at the North American Film Critic Association love to support stunts. And obviously, you had Everything Everywhere All at Once. You had RRR. You had The Woman King. You had Top Gun Maverick. But we cannot forget about Jackass Forever being in there. Shout out to that movie. It's crazy to me how people, like, I've seen like the nominees come out. Like, I understand the movie, whatever you want to feel about the movie. They are stupid for what they're doing, obviously. But I mean, it's stunts. You know what I mean? It's stunts. I don't care what anybody says.
Primarily all stunts. Like, if anything.
I mean, don't get me wrong. My favorite part of the entire movie was seeing Machine Gun Kelly get slapped in the face by that big old hand or whatever. But...
Gold.
It wasn't Dongzilla? No?
All right. So that said,
segue.
That said, there's only a couple categories I have not posted on Twitter yet, but we are going to go ahead and get started with the Best Supporting Actress category. Sorry here. Let's see here. We have Stephanie Huzza for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Janelle Monáe for Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, Hung Chow for The Whale, Lashana Lynch for The Woman King, and Claire Foy for Woman Talking. Just question around the board. I'll direct it here. Don, quick thoughts on the category.
Love the category, love the choices. Great to see the diversity. If there's a leader in the clubhouse for me, it's Hong Chow. I think she makes that movie work, where Brendan, of course, is amazing, but you don't get the emotion out of Brendan without somebody poking and prodding, and that's Hong for me in that movie.
Jacob?
I remember watching Glass Onion for the first time and seeing Janelle Monáe, and of course everyone who sees the movie knows what happens with her character, and just being completely in awe. And I'm just glad that she's been able to actually make a name for herself this award season, and I'm very happy to see she made a name for herself in our awards.
Gabe?
Yeah, similar. I'm happy for Janelle Monáe. She plays 2 characters in that, I guess, spoiler, but changes accent. She does a great job, and not like a crying performance, which is, some of the other nominees are more like a intense performance. This is kind of like a bit of a lighthearted character, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm happy for her.
Matthew Fox.
I'm hoping as it opens wide this month, more people get a chance to see Women Talking. I am really happy Claire Foy made it. She was incredible in that movie.
It's been crazy to see the lackluster respect for that film within this industry, but very glad to see it get some love here from us. Let's go on over to Best Supporting Actor. Let's see here. We've got Brandon Gleeson for Banshees. We got Woody Harrelson for Triangle of Sadness. Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway. Mark Rylance, because I can't spell on my tweet here. You're welcome, guys. Thank you. I'm glad I'm reading these out loud to you guys while I watch it. Mark Rylance for Bones and All. Keith Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Allison, thoughts on this category?
Okay, so out of the 3 people I nominated, 2 of them made it. So I mentioned Brendan Gleeson earlier. I mentioned his dog, but he also did a great performance too. I mean, every time he made a move, I'm not going to say what he did. I was like totally just, oh my gosh, completely like devastated. But he made it work because other actors, it would have, I mean, it was a perverse thing what he did, but it was also just like I still love the character. And Woody Harrelson, Triangle of Sadness. I just remember seeing it in the theater, going like, "Oh my god, this guy, what?" So he was very chaotic, but he did great with the role.
No Tom Hanks. No, we didn't put him in there for Pinocchio. Got it. Sorry.
The right movie? I don't know. I'm sure.
Oh man, I couldn't resist.
Sure.
That's a good
Look,
one.
don't get me wrong. I loved him in Elvis, so I know I'm very much in the minority. I think that he's very good in that movie. But
Interesting.
let's see here. Amanda, thoughts on the supporting actor?
Mark Rylance. That's all I gotta say. I'm just very happy to see him there. I've been really upset with every other either some critics groups have nominated him, but like the larger awards, like I'm just floored that he's not nominated. So that is a win for me. I'm really happy for him.
It doesn't surprise me in some ways that this movie is not getting the love, because on the outside looking it in, you're probably like, oh, this is a cannibalism movie. But if you actually watch the movie, it's not really a cannibalism movie, in my opinion. Obviously, if it's your opinion, whatever, that's fine. You're wrong. But yeah, I'm excited to see Mark Rylance. But my personal favorite, Brian Tyree Henry in this category for Causeway. When I started seeing his name come in on the ballots, my heart just smiled, because I love Causeway. It's a very, very good film that has not been pushed way enough by Apple TV, because
it hasn't been seen way enough by anybody.
Yeah, it's sad, because I feel like it got kind of overshadowed a little bit because they decided to drop Emancipation like right around that same time frame. So like it was like, we're not sure what we're gonna do, and it's kind of crazy because you do have Jennifer Lawrence attached to the project, who I thought is very good. I thought the score in that film was really good as well, and the direction. But Brian Tyree Henry making this list makes me super happy. Colby, any thoughts on the supporting actor?
Yeah, no, I mean it's a super well-rounded list. I'm really, really happy. It's diverse, and I mean it gets my seal of approval.
Absolutely. All right, we are going to move on over to let's do director. Let's get a little crazy.
Ooh.
Okay.
Spicy.
All right. So quick story for everybody watching real quick. We had a 3-way tie for 5th place. And then we went to the tiebreaker vote, which ended up being 2 of the directors ended up being tied. So we went with 6 in this category. Some of the categories do have 6. But the nominees are James Cameron for Avatar, The Way of the Water, Damien Chazelle for Babylon, the Daniels, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm not going to butcher this man's name, so if anybody can pronounce the director for RRR, please say it.
S.S. Rajamouli.
There we go.
She got it.
RRR. Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, and Sarah Polley for Woman Talking.
Yay.
Who was the... Yeah. Quick question. Who was the 7th that missed out on the tiebreaker on that one? For the folks listening at home.
Do you want me to?
Oh, I didn't mean to. See, you guys get questions too.
I try to remember who it was. Oh,
Ricky.
Park Chan-wook for Decision to Leave.
No.
Oh, that's a tough drop.
Yeah, it was.
Let's just do 7.
It was between Chazelle, SS, and Park, and yes. So.
Oh man. Well, I'm happy SS made it. He's my guy. RR been a champion for as many other have. So just when I think of director, it's not just pulling out performances; it's arranging everything you do. And he came to the RR screening here in Chicago at the Music Box, which was packed house, crazy thing. Did a Q&A. Got to talk to him on the Q&A and stuff like that on the side for press afterwards. And what astounded me, and said a little fun fact is, he had no 2nd or 3rd unit crew on that. It was just everything shot by him. So it's just nuts how solid that whole movie is, just as a force of what he can put together. So thank you, SS.
Jacob.
Yeah, no, SS Rajamouli getting in is amazing. I mean, it's basically 3 separate movies in one, filled with dance sequences and musical numbers and action-packed sequences and really emotional scenes. I mean, it's everything. It's everything that you would want out of an entertaining movie, and I thought his direction was phenomenal, and I'm glad he's been picking up nominations other places. And again, same with Janelle Monáe. I'm glad he's picking up a nomination here because he definitely deserves it.
Gabe?
Look, this category has James Cameron and Steven Spielberg, like 2 of the best directors of our generation. James Cameron has never made a bad movie. Spielberg has made many bad movies.
Piranha would like to disagree.
Well, he only wrote, it was Piranha 2 and he only wrote it, but as a director, he's never made a bad movie. So it's great to see them here. It's just going against each other. I tweeted this like a few months ago, like, please keep the hot takes to a minimum. I know people are going to start like, Spielberg's not that good, and, but I don't want to see that. I'm happy that we all recognize the talent. They're both in here.
I will counter that with saying that he's my least favorite person on this list because I think The Fabelmans is not a good movie. But I'm not going to be dumb enough to say that Steven Spielberg is not a good director. That's just stupid. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Let's calm down, guys. This guy's made several great generational movies that have been watched for many, 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 and many years.
Yeah.
And many years to come. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not his last 2. I'm sorry, Gabe.
It's far from his best movie. Very, very far from his best movie.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's funny to me because obviously I'm happy to see Chazelle pop up on this list. But when you have a director that you love, the last thing you hope for is them to make a bad movie. So it's like you get scared whenever the possibility, is there. Like Scorsese and
I don't have a problem with Scorsese. Scorsese
that 7-hour movie we made a couple years ago. You know what I mean?
Which was God tier.
Irish sausages. That's it.
Silence was great, and The Irishman was great. Let's not argue. Right?
I'll pass it to Amanda. Your thoughts on this best director lineup?
Oh, I'm really happy with it. I think we have a really good variety. I'm happy that we have SS Rajamouli there. Like, I was blown away by that film. And I'm happy. I'm happy with everything here. I'm happy that Sarah Pauli's there for Women Talking. I wish that we had more women in director. That's the only peeve that I've had this entire award season. But bless Sarah Pauli. I'm happy to see her there.
Allison, any thoughts on?
Yeah,
director?
so the 2 that I'm most excited about are the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once and Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans. As far as women directing, it was so hard to pick just 3 for the nominations, but one, actually, I think the co-director for Neptune Frost is a woman, along with Saul Williams. But I also nominated Olivia Newman for Where the Crawdads Sing. I think that's one that didn't get a lot of attention, and I ended up not nominating her just because she was a woman. I really thought everything was impeccable with the direction, and emotionally it moved me very much. So it didn't make the cut, but I'll probably either go with Spielberg, who, I think his last couple of movies, maybe even last 3 movies before The Fabelmans, I wasn't really fond of. I just thought, I guess I'm just not like a huge Spielberg fan, apart from like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, or when I was a kid, E.T. was great. But then The Fabelmans blew me away because I wasn't expecting much. I wasn't even going to see it like at TIFF, and then I got the opportunity. I'm like, I'll see it. And then, this is really good. And then, of course, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mean, it's my kind of film. Also, I saw it early on, like the first night they were showing it at the theaters, and I was just surprised that everyone else, jumped on the bandwagon and appreciated a good movie. I'm glad that happened. I'm so glad for them. I'll probably end up voting for the Daniels, but I don't know because there are just so many great picks this year.
I mean, even if you went even if you went a little further past our picks in terms of women, you know, Gina Price Bithwood for the Woman King. You have Charlotte Wells for After Sun. You've got some picks out
Marie
there.
Schrader for She Said is
Yeah.
incredibly criminally underrated for what she did with that film.
There's some
Yeah.
fantastic year for women.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
seeing She Said much on the nominations. I nominated all over the place, but
Yeah.
nothing.
Criminally underrated film,
Yeah.
underrated, which it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? It's weird that you say. I have to say that now because a lot of things. We're going to transition over to Best Actor, which will surprise literally not many people because this is really have a lot of anchor of people that we expected here. Starting with Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Colin Farrell for Banshees, Austin Butler for Elvis, Jeremy Pope for The Inspection, and Paul Mescal for After Sun.
There we go. There we go.
Honestly, if this was our Oscar 5, that'd be pretty incredible.
That'd be pretty good.
I mean, I don't love Mescal, but only just because, Jacob's happy. I'm going to let him kick off and talk about this category.
No.
Yes, Paul Mescal, best performance of the year. That just him, watching him travel his way through this season has been amazing. I don't know who said it, but yeah, this should be the Oscar 5s. I thought Jeremy Pope was incredible in The Inspection as well. And the top 3, I mean, those were basically locks. So it was who was fighting for that 4 and 5 spot. But I think this is a great lineup.
I think
better than having Tom Cruise in it.
Thank you. Agreed.
That hurt
he's
my
a nice
heart just
guy.
a bit, but I understand.
Oh,
It's okay.
yeah.
It hurt my heart just a bit.
I got a second Jeremy Pope. One of the most difficult performances you can put on paper and then put on screen in a year, and guy did great. So I hope there's a rocket ship strapped to his back going forward. Nice actor.
Yeah, I think what impressed me the most about The Inspection was the fact that he took a very personal story that's not his personal story and brings it to life. And it's overall not the greatest film because it's kind of cliche in some aspects. But if you don't walk away from that film just impressed with Jeremy Pope, it's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's also not just that; it's the story of the director.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So it's just like you have to act knowing that the person behind the camera is the one who lived it.
Yeah,
And
debut
it's just-
feature too, like rookie movie.
Yeah, I was very impressed with that. Let's see here, Gabe. Any thoughts on the category?
This is a great category. Like, I'm happy 2 out of my 3 picks made it through. Brendan Fraser and Colin Farrell, which I assume most people picked because they're great performances and everybody likes those actors. I would have liked to see Gabriel Labelle from The Fabelmans. Like, I feel like this performance is great, especially when you're like being directed by a guy who's telling you play me, and that guy is Steven Spielberg. And you kind of look like him. Like it's a lot of weight in that performance, and he's a young guy, so I would have liked to see him there too.
Mr. Fox.
I was happy to see Colin Farrell make it. I like that. For best lead actor, I think there were a lot of interesting performances, and you could have had a lot of different people in there. These would not reflect necessarily my top choices. One that I enjoyed that I know you enjoyed, Ricky, is Daniel Jimenez Cacho from Bardo. I also enjoyed Diego Calva a lot in Babylon. Bummed to see neither of those make it.
Just a fun fact about that: they literally were on the outside looking in. Mescal just by a hair. Nipped Calva and Cacho out of the 5th slot. Austin Butler obviously ran away with that category with 19 total votes. But yeah. All right. Best Actress. A category.
Deep.
It is. We
here.
actually had 14 different selections total in this category. Maybe I should have done that more with a lot of these, but I feel like after I do Best Actress and before we do Best Picture, I'm going to ask the crowd here who wants to know maybe who is on that cusp of being the 6th or 7th person in a specific category. But Best Actress, we have Viola Davis for The Woman King, Danielle Deadweiler for Till, Kate Blanchett for Tar, Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Margot Robbie for Babylon.
Okay.
Strong five. Very personally, I'll kick it off. Personally, obviously, I love Margot Robbie and Babylon, but the one I'm going to talk about is Viola Davis in The Woman King. Such a commanding performance in a film that it's a blockbuster. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get great performances like this in this style of film all the time, right? You know, it's a rarity. You know what I mean? You have Dominic I'm just kidding. You have Viola Davis in Woman King. No, you don't. And the overall film is just brilliant. It's incredible. And especially in a year where you have Avatar, you have Top Gun Maverick, you have those top dog blockbusters who both have very good performances in them. But Viola Davis really blew me away in The Woman King. I don't feel like she's getting talked about enough. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I've seen her pop up here and there in certain categories, but if I had a preference that's not Kate Blanchett or Margot Robbie, I feel like Viola Davis is probably my number 3 in this category, just because if I look at the overall category here, but I loved it. Amanda, any thoughts on this category?
I really do love it. Again, like Viola Davis, she had one of the most emotional performances for me of the year. So I'm really happy to see her there. Kate Blanchett's Kate Blanchett. You know, like, she's always amazing. I don't think it's her best performance in Tar. She's very good at what she does. I'm not saying she isn't. I am thrilled to see Danielle Deadwyler here. I think her name hasn't been said enough the entire awards season. And after I watched Till, I'm like, that's a lock for me. And I hope that she goes all the way. So I just want to see her name more this award season, because she's just absolutely fantastic. So I'm happy to see her there.
John.
Solid category. If I'm trading people out, because we're all mentioning names, Emma Thompson, good luck to you. Leo Grande would be somebody I would have loved to see there. I hope she's at 6'1".
That's all I wanted.
That's all he wanted. I see. You know, Colby and I. But yeah, no, she's phenomenal. Category's still solid. No argument there. Great to see Deadwyler. It's gonna be a fun pick when we get to Monday.
Was going to go to Colby next, because he has. I love Emma Thompson, and good luck to you, Leo Grande. So, Colby, you have the floor, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, when I watched that movie, I've never been smacked in my and I think because I'm on a similar journey as she was. I don't want to say I'm in like a midlife crisis or anything like that, but as an actor myself, seeing a performer go through something just like on a spiritual level cinematically, that I think both ways for the character and for herself is this like this evolution that we get to see in real time. It was beautiful. I think what a lot of people admire about Women Talking and the strength of its dialogue, as it's just women talking, is the fact that Emma Thompson, opposite a newcomer and Daryl McCormick, can just go so ham in a little over an hour and a half. It's just the beauty of this dialogue, and she's so vulnerable, she's so raw, and you get to that moment at the end of the film and you just see this like this metamorphosis. Like, I was transfixed. I haven't seen anything come close. It's okay if she didn't make this, because hey, it's all right. This is what film criticism is. But Emma Thompson, if you do hear this, I absolutely adored this performance and cannot wait to see what you do going forward.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing about that performance that shocked me, was the fact that it's so vulnerable. You know what I mean? It, especially at her age, and willing to take a risk where she didn't have to. It's Emma Thompson. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't have to take that risk there. Jacob, any thoughts on the category?
Yeah, I'm really happy to see Viola Davis. It's almost like you said, where she's been popping up here and there, not really showing up everywhere like she probably should be. But I think that performance is just so commanding. And I think that it's absolutely incredible. Plus, again, with the Danielle Deadwyler, the courtroom scene, I am still in awe about how she got her eyes to do that. It sometimes keeps me up at night. I think this is a great category.
Anybody else have any thoughts on Best Actress?
So I think this is Michelle Yeoh's year for Everything Everywhere All at Once. She was just so amazing. And the thing is, she has been super amazing for years, and she isn't always talked about, but I think this is her year. Hopefully everyone jumps on the bandwagon. I envision an Oscar for her. I also, she didn't make the final cut, but I really liked Sharply Dean's in Triangle of Sadness. She was amazing, and unfortunately she passed away. So I wanted to give a shout out to her because this was her big role. This was her breakout role, and unfortunately we'll never see her again, but just amazing. One of those actresses I feel has a rare combination of talent and beauty. So just super crazy. But this is definitely Michelle Yeoh's year. I hope she runs away with everything.
Yeah, she's really good in the movie. Really, really good. All right, so before we dive into actually we have two categories left. We have two categories left, and that is best animal performance, which we will, we have that, and then we have best picture. But before we dive into that real quick, I'm going to ask everybody around the table here just a simple question. You pick a category, and I give you, and you can just let me know which category it is, and I'll tell you who might have been on the outside looking in. And Don, you have strong opinions here, so I'm gonna let you kick it off.
Who was next in cinematography? Read the 5 and then read the 6th. Remind the good folks here.
Decision to Leave, Nope, Avatar, Top Gun, Babylon, The Batman, and then next was The Fabelmans.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, I'm glad The Fabelmans was out. I mean, nice, cute work, but you got big stuff above it that deserves to be there.
Gabe.
Screenplay.
Let's see here.
Good pick.
Actually, there was quite a bit of a tie here.
Man,
the menu was like on the just barely made the cut, or we would have had like a 19 million way tie. Good luck to you, Leo Grand. Avatar, RRR, Glass Onion, After Yang, and Cha Cha Real Smooth, and Bones and all tied.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, is that, combined category? That's what, that's always a troublesome spot.
We had 21 different picks for screenplay. So, yeah. Allison, category, I'll give you the 6 or 7.
How about best international film?
Let's see here. The Quiet Girl came in. Yes. And then, that was next. That and EO were the next two in international feature. Colby.
Horror.
Or Fresh.
Ooh. Darn.
Can I ask a question about horror?
Yes.
I picked Halloween Ends. Was I the only one?
Oh my god!
Yes.
Yes.
And I knew it. I knew that you would be.
Yes, you were.
Okay. Why is Gabe in the center? Remove Gabe from the center of the screen. Move him.
Yes, you were the only person that did that. Let's see here. Jacob.
Do supporting actor, because I'm really curious how far back Barry Keoghan was.
He only got him and hang on one second here. Let me spread this. Yes, so him and Paul Dano were next up.
Okay.
Both for Batman, right? No, I'm just kidding.
The movie you love.
Let's see here. Fox.
Let's do documentary.
Documentary. This is another category. Had 20 different picks.
Yeah.
Make sure you read the right one, Ricky.
Make sure it's actually a documentary.
Oh boy.
Leave me alone during this trying time. Let's see here. Hang on one second. All Beauty and the Bloodshed. That was next. That one kind of surprised me. Didn't make the list.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
So that came runner up. Amanda.
Best independent film.
Oh my God. The independent film had 26 different categories. She would pick the category. She's the only one outside of me that has seen this ballot because she created the pictures. So I'll go over the next.
Yeah.
This was one that was really, really close. But Cha-Cha, let's see here. Marvelous and the Black Hole. Let's see. Hunt for Jesus Save Your Soul, which did not get enough love. Fresh.
Where's the love for I Love My Dad?
I guess not everybody loves their dad. I don't know.
Yeah, you got Amir Colby. It's over there.
That movie is pretty messed up. I don't know if most people enjoy that movie. I did see it. It's pretty messed up.
That's the beauty of it.
I just put it on my watch list last night. So
I saw it on the list. I saw it on Hulu. Like I saw an ad for it while I was watching Fleshman is whatever. I forget the name of that show is, but I was watching that. Let's see here. But yeah, did I ask everybody? Did everybody get asked?
Yeah. You didn't.
Well, Ricky, what's a category that you wanted to know?
Yeah.
You know what? There is. Let's see here. I'm just gonna go through and find one that we haven't. Support. I'll just do supporting actress. Carey Mulligan came in a close 6th place. That one really hurt my heart because I really wanted her in because she's incredible. And she said, she said did not get nearly as much love as I thought she would. I thought it would, but
did it get any nominations?
No, I don't believe it did. Blanked.
Disappointing.
I think what a lot of people have to remember. That's exactly what I was about to say, Don. Like I've seen 129 new films this year, and like I really took my time to try to like as I was watching categorize things out, and yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't want to say it got buried. But I just watched so much.
Yeah, I think the other problem it had, obviously, is some of it's still being played out in the media nowadays, which is another thing that I think kind of hindered it as well. But that being said, we are going to announce our favorite category here in the North American Film Critic Association, and that is Best Animal Performance. We had Coco the dog in Prey. We had the donkeys, which when I looked it up, there's like 6 of them that were in EO. So
all the donkeys.
It's like the Olsen twins in Full House. Yeah, I got it. Okay,
exactly. My favorite, the elephant in Babylon, which garnered enough votes, which made me very, very happy.
One scene.
That elephant's relieved to be there too.
Actually,
that elephant sets the tone for the film.
It really does. It really does. One way or another for most people. One that I kind of forgot about, and I was upset that I didn't include, but I'm glad it made it in, and that's Gordy the Chimp in Nope.
Hey!
Ooh, here we go.
I had a question about that because I wanted to nominate. Amanda and I talked about this. I wanted to nominate the whale from Avatar. Would it?
His name is PyCon. All right.
It would count.
I mean, they nominated the elephant from.
But that's a real animal. The whale is CGI, and it's not a real animal.
I'm pretty sure
So,
that
Did you? If you
Pretty sure that
the chimp was CGI too.
like the thing about it is it's part of the story, so it would have been acceptable. So
okay.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis played all 5
I told you.
I told you.
Of course, the leading vote getter across all nominations. And I'm just verifying that it is yes across the person. I don't even know this category that had the most picks from everybody here. The leading vote getter of all things in this all 25 nominations, and that's Jenny the donkey from.
I love it.
Yep.
The leading vote getter was not a person; it was the donkey.
We love Jenny.
Wouldn't it be great, like,
Jenny.
if Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson lost, but the donkey won?
Exactly.
The true
For
star.
Brendan Fraser. Let's go. Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
True story.
Before we hit with Best Picture and we get out the door for everybody, reminder on Monday, the group will be here. We will be what we do here at this group that not a lot of other groups. I don't think I've ever heard any group that do this live. is we will be going through all of the big 6, actually 7, because we're going to do Animal Performance live on the air because it deserves it. But we'll go through all 7 of these, and everybody will vote on the air. We will see the below the line. The other, I think it's, my math is off, 18 categories will be released on Twitter leading up to the show. But everybody will have their ballots in and we'll be voting for that. But the 7 categories above the line will be voted on the air. Nobody's going to know who's voting for what. So that'll be fun to kind of watch unfold on the air. And that's Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. But without further ado, we are going to do Best Picture. And if I did this correctly, it's in alphabetical order. And I think that's the way Amanda did it. Perfect. All right. So Best Picture lineup, our 10 are Avatar, The Way of the Water, Babylon, Bones and All, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, RRR, The Batman, The Fabelmans, The Northman, and
I just want to replay
Woman Talking.
Okay.
I hope I did it right.
The Batman.
I know. I just was ready to rewind your reaction in the middle. I'm like, here it comes. It was the
The
best.
Northman.
I'm happy the Northman's there, but I'm also like,
too.
damn, the Northman's there.
So there's
I don't know.
3. There's something man, right? The Fablemans,
Right.
the
The
Batman,
Batman, The Northman.
the Northman.
Which
Yeah, there's a lot
technically,
of-
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
you put those in correct.
Do we have
And
2
then
women?
women
Because
talking.
the doesn't
Women
count.
talking. The Woman King. Did you say the Woman King?
No,
Oh,
unfortunately,
yeah, missed
Avatar's there
opportunity.
instead. So
Don't even start.
Yeah.
Don't even start.
sorry.
Films on the just outside looking in this category. Good luck to you, Leo Grant.
Ooh.
Bardo, After Sun, and
She said-
Real Smooth. Cha-Cha Real
Where
Smooth.
someone just commented Phoenix,
No.
Cloud, and Hamia. Hi. Where is Top Gun?
It's not on no Top Gun. Top Gun did not make a list.
I know,
Uh,
but how
What?
far down is it though, Ricky?
But-
I did
but
not
the
see that,
Batman-
and I wrote it, and now I'm upset.
You're the one that made this list, so
I know. I
mean,
didn't notice that it wasn't there. I was like, what? I was
The
so
super-
Batman, no Elvis in this category either.
no
so.
Elvis either. I know.
Exactly.
Heartbroken.
Superheroes. you
But the
know.
Northman's there.
I don't know. I nominated Elvis for this category, so
So did
I did not.
This is definitely the most surprising category. I gotta be
definitely.
honest.
Ricky
I-
worked some magic. I don't know what you touched, man.
I-
You did some
I
work.
blame-
To me, okay, so of all the categories that I thought would have maybe the most extensive list, there was only 20 picks here.
Ooh.
Interesting.
So what I will say is this. All right, so let me go. This was the most. It was at the same time. It was a very diverse category at the same time. So we had the leading vote getter was Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then the Fablemans, Bones and All. We did have. This was the one with the tiebreaker, which had I think it had Cha-Cha. RRR and was an Avatar. Those are the 3. That was the 3-way tie that was broken to make it only 2, and that's where Avatar and RRR got in. The Batman came in with next, Woman Talking, and then the Northman. So I think what really made this list, which I think I love the list because it's very, 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 very diverse in the selection of
Definitely.
films.
It's true.
But that said, I think what really did it was everybody like voting for something different and unique as their number one really kind of hindered the entire list as a collective whole.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it was pretty wild. It's pretty wild to watch unfold. She said came really close to being the best picture. But yeah, so that was the list. Any quick comments on best picture, Allison?
yeah. So for the ones I didn't nominate, my favorites were like Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, RRR, and I really love The Northman, but maybe my pick would be The Fablemans, which I did nominate and did make it. So
Colby, any parting thoughts here?
The Northman being on this list is just wild. I'm having trouble getting over it. But you know what? But like you said, I'm quite sure that this was somebody's 1 or 2, and that's what vaulted it in. And
Yep.
that's a fair process. It is what it is. I'll have to make peace with Robert Eggers in my dreams.
That's the thing. It is, and that's the thing. Like that's what really kind of makes it when you do this voting process. I know a lot of people that are in a couple different groups, and my thought process is always making one of my movies that I don't think that will get enough love across the board will always come in higher than maybe a movie that I do love a little bit more. You know what I mean? So that's kind of Don. What is your thoughts on the category?
I do the same. I strategize. Like I know everything everywhere all at once is going to make it. So nominate something that might not. So I was definitely that pigeonhole kind of guy, or to like boost something up. I'm okay with the Northman being in here, and I was surprised that maybe it's because it's a spring movie and it came out so early, but I'm surprised it's not making more waves in arts and tech. You know, like it's got very good production design, it's got very good costumes, it's got very good cinematography, but it's been being so early in the year, it's been kind of forgotten by all that late rush fall stuff. So happy to see it get a spot here, even if Colby doesn't.
Gabe, what about you?
It's all right.
Somebody's coming. I think there's sirens in my background here. Maybe they're coming to get me because the Northman did get a Best Picture nomination. I don't know.
And not Top Gun, but
No,
Avatar's there. Anyway.
It's because of
Tom Cruise is on his way in a helicopter to propel down on. Sorry, go ahead, Gabe.
No, I mean it's because of the Batman. I don't know, but look, I'm a bit disappointed. I like 2 out of my 3 picks didn't make it in, which were She Said and Bardo, which I really enjoyed Bardo. Hopefully it'll get more luck in the international film category. But overall, I mean, there's some great movies in here. I mean, the Batman notwithstanding, the Northman is great that it's in there. I feel like people forgot about it because it came out in March or something.
April.
But overall, it's a solid list.
Jacob.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio got into the top 10, which is super exciting. And Triple R getting in was really good to see as well. Those were 2 that I was kind of rooting for. 2 of my 3 didn't make it in, which is fine, but I'm glad that those 2 got in as well as everything else.
Mr. Fox, any thoughts on the Best Picture race?
Like Gabe, I was disappointed that She Said didn't get in. I also wish that I could forget that I'd ever seen The Northman. It was close to a list for me, but not a top list.
Yeah.
Amanda, any thoughts on outside of you're complaining about? What makes me love this the most is Amanda made this draft and didn't realize Top Gun Maverick didn't make it in.
You know what it was? I saw Top Gun Maverick in every other category, and I'm like, sure, it's there. I definitely typed it. And now looking at it, I'm like, damn, okay. I'm really just happy that Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio made Best Picture. I really want to see that actually happen. And that it wins all the awards that it's nominated for, because it's just fantastic. I'm happy Bones and All is there for it to get some recognition as well. It's been flying under the radar. Me and Avatar are just not. We're not meshing. We're not meshing.
But Morbius, you know.
That's a completely different. It's a good trash. Okay, Avatar just didn't agree with me. I'm really happy Woman Talking's there. I would have loved to have seen The Woman King there as well. I would love to have seen She Said there. But yeah, I agree with Jacob seeing Pinocchio and RRR as like top tier for me out of the 10 that we have.
All right, so
Elvis isn't in there, right?
No Elvis, no Banshees either. That's right.
One.
No Banshees. Why am I shook? I'm sorry.
So funny story about Banshees is I'll blow the load. I'll blow the whole thing over. There is Banshees didn't even get a vote for Best Picture. So
damn,
that's weird. What happened there?
That's an eclectic small group for you right there.
Is for those listening at home, what we do here at the North, it's everybody has 3 per category. So when you're narrowing down that list, it is not an easy thing to do whatsoever. So it's pretty hard, and I'm so, like I don't feel like I've seen a lot of people have Banshees in their top 3, right? You know what I mean?
Agreed.
A lot of people have it in their top 10. Sure. Yeah. I don't have a doubt in my mind.
It's an actor's showcase more than a Best Picture. Come on, you know?
Yeah. And Donkey.
Well, I'm sorry.
The donkey is an actor, so technically it's an actor show.
Yes.
Correct.
You know, and the thing about it is, and I think that's the biggest thing with some of the films that didn't make it versus what they did. You do have a lot of films that might have collected, like even like Lashana Lynch making it for Woman King, Viola Davis making it for Woman King. And then when it comes down to it, the Woman King, another film, didn't get a vote in Best Picture. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like they have to be in your top 3. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to narrow it down. Most groups do top 5 in picture, but I like doing top 3 because it makes you actually sit down and, you know, muster up with your courage and think, all right, these are my top 3 films. But all right, so I want to thank all of you guys for joining me. Make sure to tune back in on Monday. Before we go, I'm going to let everybody do some plugs. Allison, you first. Twitter, where can we find you?
Oh, sure. On Twitter, I'm Alice Cinema, ALLI Cinema, and on Letterboxd, I'm just plain old Allison M.
Colby, what's your spiel?
Yo, thanks so much. This has been great. Glad to be back.
Is he back?
He's where the sirens were.
Yeah,
See, the
great.
AI shut down. I had to renew my subscription real
It's
quick.
Megan's fault. Megan's fault.
He's got a replica over there.
Cannot wait to get through the show on Monday. And yeah, you can follow your boy. I'm at Colby Told Me. That's KOLBYTOLD me on Twitter and IG. And when they ask you where you heard it from, you can tell them Colby told me.
Jacob.
You can find me on Twitter and on Letterboxd at tberry57.
Gabe.
Gabe, you can find me at Film Opinionitis on Twitter and filmopinionitis.com for my reviews, and also have a show where we reviewed mostly old movies called Cinespection on YouTube and podcasts stuff.
Don.
Letterboxd and Twitter at Casablanca Don. There's a podcast, Cinephile Hissy Fit, that you can find by name in those places. I publish my work on Every Movie Has a Lesson and 25 YL's site, Film Obsessive.
Matthew Flux.
I'm on Letterboxd and Twitter at Nighthawk7734.
Amanda.
Yeah, you can always follow me over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. You can check out my website, candidxcinema.com, and my YouTube, Candid Cinema.
You can find me on Twitter at @RickyVlair_, and you can find the North American Film Critic Association on Twitter at NA Film Critic. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you on Monday, and where we really get to expose your thoughts on certain films. I look forward to Gabe voting for the Batman in Best Picture. And I really feel like after watching this, and every time I'm with Gabe, I'm like, there's no reason why Gabe and I should not have a podcast. Maybe we need to explore that at some point.
Hot takes.
I fully support.
I mean, that's literally hot takes
It's the
with Ricky
Skip and
Gabe.
Shannon of film Twitter.
You know, hot takes with Ricky and Gabe coming to a podcast near you very soon. But thank you guys for joining me, and join us again Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be chatting about the winners for the North American Film Critics Association. So much. It's a mouthful, guys. We're out.